Hello, everyone. Patrick Bethy here. Kwesi can come talks and ne High Life Radio and OTA Financial Peace and the bro Sikasem program na every Monday be the bro and the bro. So mufan check across say ya late. Again and we can say fantastic topic and you are baby share topic be hiamu bia yinyina hiama yinyina. Kwasi, can you look at topic no answer?
Sharp. Okay. Over here, I say your chat here for near her phone you share check a crack. And a topic na about with new home common. Topic bia say nipa bia upo sikasem ekanya ho na impempi no you two major problems, money problems and all other problems. Impempi ni so ultimate solve money problems and no you will most likely solve all of them and I say ultimate solve krana obetimi minimizing the kakra and untina ehia se ehu akwan ahodo bebra ebetimi akeka si animo a ebetimi anya financial freedom. Nipa bia at some point in your life biano you should get to the level where and you say team biana de wan ho den e pesika na emom sa wada mpo a sika ebetimi aye mama ntia no na ye pese ye hwe niam ba ko mienu miensa bia ye ya especially here before whether you are going to say o fi Ghana ebetimi aboa amenya sa sika sem ho fa ho die no.
That's it. Topic no. 10 baby steps to financial freedom. From zero to freedom. 10 steps I was a bit me first a bit me fix it. Yeah, finances and then I become myself. I said the mini cano. 2 problems. Money problems and other problems. Now we'll try and out to be solve money now. It lead to other ones. There's other ones no cry about and market see. And we said them because wait me I try I solve money one because money one a bar stress so many things. Now if you cry now, other ones no cry next I money problems because we are money me solve issues no. It not saying you see kind and you see you see who say man a bit me aboy me a year who free because at least would big problems now to me try to solve one at least the money to me to talk from kakra. Iti eno na ye hwe na ya ka ho asem iti say ba se money problem so a you say mu bebre on e bi mu da form kra iti na say from zero to freedom so ultimate solve money problems are in bebre on ma struggle koba ni adi nyina no enye bibia o inya to yisikasem ya freedom no aba no iti from zero to freedom 10 steps to fix your finance. Here no and then ye ba become wasem. Now ye be can in such a way say ye be go through step by step how a bit me aboa mo free sa situation so was a situation ma so baby so cry na wo da yi kakra how a bit me aboa mo store was akosoro and I say baby a wo bia a bit me push wa mo akomo and no na ye hwe ho asem aka no eti ene em say first one e be hwe you got 10 steps I be go through that 10 steps no I be go through no but don't go yet this last one bonus one or 11 one be no and only because the mother of all that no and yet the 11th one na it here first one was to secure a reliable income find work without money coming in nothing else works. If you are already employed, I look for ways to increase earnings. In they say side gigs or overtime. A quite before so be increasing earning. No, when him say here dear, you can never be brave fat sika ho a. Ya na pese freedom no be brave no enye paycheck nko ha. Ba so we be start there na e dey ha nipa be brave start. Nti ye kasa mo na ya na pese e kire say unya paycheck no kra na e be yi kra try so betimi adi ho because said you kind freedom no say paycheck na so crisis say still na would paycheck as oh yeah juma mo obi but there are some other ways how betimi aboa mo yi we free those situations no betimi aboa it here hwed the ne yemfa say the first one say oh yeah a juma obetimi you ho free your friends say obetimi anya freedom whereby say we try so the bibi ka ho. Yes, good nipa bebre ho no ma omo paycheck na so nti ya no fi say eno ano no enye opese odi pa anye sa na tie. You know, you need cash flow, consistent cash flow. Woody say we paycheck bebre na say adwuma na ye ba akopɛ na bibi sisia na wontimi nkɔ adwuma bi ma de na abetime. You have to secure reliable income and a foundation of financial stability, because so income bamu ya e ma stability no but see you tria oka na se da bi wa anko ne entria na ma esa na ma sometimes no kura so sorry kwa adwuma because you say wa anko ayema. So without consistent no cash flow no and impossible say ubetimi save more and also ubetimi invest more, because as I need twesi say dem kan obu ani die mood nye say enye emu nye du no omo die mood usually we feel say no ano, you know, it also find way a quite be na ubetimi afa so a ubetimi ama that paycheck na say paycheck eba no ubetimi na stable say ebi no antimi enkoye stable one kra na this time ubetimi start with your friend say side hustle and I say passive. Usually when it comes to side hustle na akoye bibi say more or less as a yeah juma mo be still na nti bia we 9 to 5 year bia you say okuchu back cry no your side hustle. But as time goes on here be to say passive income you can say passive income most likely I say you are not doing anything but you are still making money. Me fa be near example me can say eno kwa me be example you fa say me Walmart Walmart stocks right. Walmart stocks BBA more of dividend and as more dividend paying friends and stock dividend paying stock BBA omo esa tria oka was stock now what not for anything but just owning the stocks. It makoto BB 500 ebia every month bia usually dividend about 3 months or a quarter or be at the end of the year ebia me $7 bia on a share. You say I say one share per $7, but 100 and also thousands of them are saying so these are some of the things that gradually the paycheck coming in, then what started building bibisa. It will build bibisa was after a while, what stability or that's income. It is a we crying bibisi one kwa juma obey the way let me as a so. But like I said, I was here starting free baby. And yes, if it's preoccupy will be a business, and you more nipo be bring it me be business right away. But look at your environment, see what is going on. Then I'll bet me the income be about can be a union. And then I'll bet me this stability, financial stability. No, I bet me more to save, who save, we invest, you know, I'll bet me more planning for the future. These are the things I was said with me now. There are so many ways I bet me, you know, we will have financial tools, and I say tools be one bit me aboa more yes animal because tools are say be the way be say organize it sanya na yesi ban, because kwesi ade ba kwa say nipa be omutimi try as much as possible say ombetimi ahihye niam obetimi nyiska ba ne ade, but because onim sanya man ntibo na sani nya na esako
yeah
na ni nyina asako. These are the things that betimi aboa. Look into those things dey betimi aboa, and I was all planning long term. They make a long-term thing. My for dividend income any example kakra. So we dividend income. Ebia me pese every month be am 3,000. Every month be am pese me 3,000. Sika sen na me wo ho a any interest rate say be wo say sika na me wo ho na be ma me 3,000. Most of the time no dividend paying income your friends say stocks no and mau kese say be about 4%. It is coming. Send was the two, and so you're talking about be hundreds of thousands or millions. They move row in million and you start building long term future idea between about every month be $200 to for a period of 20 years, for a period of 15 years. Most of what you have building that because what they told now that even though you pay dividends, then you build dividends no san. Just can also the building a kuso not increasing not compounding a work on. At the same time, share no class, share now what's happening. Most of the times, when you increase it, you're getting dividend that is going on. Until after a while, So these are long-term things that can work planning for that thing. No, now build the systems. These are some of the systems you have to build. And now we are back when you're back. We are back. We are when you're course. Now we are now we'll try. And yeah, no, we can create business. Say they can. Business in say the can business as simple. I'm off with Adria Kusi Walmart. I'm off for Adria Kusi Amazon. I'm off for Adria, especially you know what to say Africa. That's what to say Ghana. Yeah, and if you say Susha boy now, Susha now way in business no way. But nyabo threats now here, betting making more income. Yeah, and if you say Kobe now, what's now what on a business? You can business, but will be Adrian say your friend saying. Big business. No, kakrana way now soon ya a bit to do it. A quite before some meeting reliable income. Set yes, start to say pay be na eba. Try so be making more. And yet one time and yet one day it takes a while. I bit to do a drew on. Oh, we come and next to it.
Yep. I think another thing, sir, at the back a reliable income, no. You move be a near that KCNT intimi near area Uber and I say intimi near side gig be. But one of the ways I'll be to me increasing income, so Juma way and become the best so that you become irreplaceable. And to say be a skill be now be a can no way be a can a short course is being now be take certification be especially IT other corporate jobs no. Upgrade your skill and also it may bomb out me defend it or justify the reason why say you to work at you in case we are in the position where you can't do any side gig and on so make sure you build value so that you'll be able to have a justification for the entire opening for an arrangement and to work at you.
That is right. And Biwokrana said your canano. Obi on my drew say na office bia when you me pese me example was say AI is the thing. You are in that field that said you can try so you be kakra fa ho what one I was a grand babeji wajibako because sometimes it be a new a papa is you babe fa one for jumako there sa we mu na nipa wo nipa na be plug in yama wo nipa na be plug in yama wo na ye juma ntino ebeyi adwuma ni bi afiri ho by side be ko be foforo nti wo try now so adane ho. These are some of the things especially we earn income na say one upgrade to that the skill anytime be we move forward e be do we no go say na e kwaja also on pese be kwaja asa because e kwaja wa e de asem na eba.
Yeah, number 2 we see ade ba ko a eno so hia pa investing in financial knowledge and PMP eya na ese pesikasem ho fa hodie ade a oni hu nimde no untimi nya fa hodie ewo mu. The only reason why, for example, here to say Ghana and all African countries go through colonization is because they became aware, they had different knowledge. So the knowledge will liberate you. And the first thing, you want to learn the basics, budgeting, how much am I putting into this? My bills cry, send me Netflix, me tia, then I meet me a year from Sunday money in an nimdia SSL unya, obu crampo nim friend interest, ubi cranim near friend inflation, I say investment. Lady Anissa Waye Juma Etianica, ubi nim how the bank works. Ubi Juma Nina to savings. Fine, savings is very good, but this I won't say how much are you even earning on top of it? Percentage same crampo na ya ebeda so this is very important for us as individuals. Tembia ye tata de ye ho kama people will be giving us compliment, but behind closed doors no so na toda sikasem no ayana enkoyi. We may be looking flamboyant, we may looking $1 million, but ye ka say aseme sisi na chere 10,000 wan hwe a unya. And in say sika, say and then you invest money into getting financial knowledge. So maybe you can read books, ubetimi IT podcast, ubetimi short courses, and I have so teach you. Your admin say those programs now utie no udi be adwuma. Se utie ne now find adwuma there, then you are indirectly wasting your time. Ebi na ye wa han say utie now the year adwuma, you will see a difference in your life. Or be in pempi no ye mu bebre eya na ye pese ye die. Nanso ekwan a ye fa so die no ni nyina na madehwem na eba. We want to skip the process. We always want to jump, like get rich quick. Now, near say a firm no yen firm. Inti me person me say Elon Musk. Me person me say Dr. Sir Kwame Despite. Okay, how do you get there? The only way to get there is to invest into financial knowledge. When was the last time I offer a book? Sikasem hunim there. When was the last time I ushi video bia sikasem hunim there? Video I share as resem kwana. If you go to TikTok, if you go to YouTube, if you go to Facebook, what are the content that you are consuming? Nipa bia no near about one dream no, it reflects in your life. And it is a sebio near utie near ya asresem kwa. Your life quoting could becomes a joke. By near ma a bio untia sieni sikasem ho, automatically you may reflect those kind of lessons that you are getting from those videos. And I say in na ubinyano. Me di webe trem in pempi no. Say you be organize seminar, a financial seminar. So yes, say ni pakrono. How do you become like that person? You need to learn from that person. And true knowledge always does not come free. Some of them have to pay for it. Njobu ha obabeti ano dream sika of abe fi binya ho. No of abe fi kura mi ko tiama no se nipa 100 kra na be register no be to $50 obinye ska pound. All this you will never go to these kind of seminars. Mr. Obemo seminars be brave. Almost the 2 4 my 200 cities, Akoswa 300, and it's just once in a month. So you want to position yourself inside that. Please, Busumi Biano, Udisika Ebia $30, 200 cities, 500 cities at all. Say Sika radio, but the best basic assem hunim there. Say a seminar, say a book, at least a month biano, meye mubako. Either I'm going to a financial seminar or I'm reading a book about finance, at least in a month. Oh yes, say ina ebe mawa hunim die bebre a first sikasemo. Because if you don't have the knowledge, you are most likely going to make some avoidable mistakes. And obien also our own dia yede in so to mana obetimi pass. Unless it be a black magic be. Yeah, but the same thing with financial freedom. The first the first thing is always become. If I want to become a pharmacist, what do I need to do? I have to go to school and learn and pass my licenses. Minya license now, then I can now practice as a pharmacist. So the process of becoming is you investing into financial knowledge. Now I feel designing dieno aye juma. Yeah.
The be a say any excuse. It's the first near excuse and media minima dear and media my bone and dear and meet me ready. It said you can be an ye. It is at least we will be a free Ghana. Nase utimika and as utimiti tria. Quadia the ye. And you don't cry or you or you be or say that bad you say
money. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, different ones. So when you have bread, so when your financial knowledge, you search language bia wouldn't be on Sabeka these days. Unlike first, no, said the likes of so many people who dear him kind. Oh, yes, I know. Because I grow, almost to read you so more in when you have bread, ubitinia. He said, you can say, Upesa, pharmacist, Upesa, medical doctor. Also, question one day. You see, we want the quintia. Ye perceive yes, because you ain't one day. Oh, ye perceive spend the crowd said in our can will be dear, we cram a quasi in be and watch it. Meanwhile, to Nippon was spending the time as senior BB for a long time, waiting up gather near my own the actual. A dear also will take you so many years this year. Or no, I want to tougher, no, they shall be a couple of hours because we only spend this years, no, and a month and a weeks in this year, watch out. There's no need to say also go through. You know, this day of age, and they need to say, to say your new shine or trauma, that knowledge, you know. Like the good thing, cry say, oh, Joe, they want to and what keep your cry. What's I continue the account? You cry in your more.
Yes.
said, okay, you see, you move a brown man. Ye nim sanya man. Financial industry, who here, papa, and who here, a kind one problem, two problems, no financial problems, any other problems. The who here. You find inflation, for example. When you say I see inflation, inflation because of your friend is saying COVID by and now for I dream by inflation. Inflation you be and that every year beyond we share inflation. If I say US for instance, average is about 3 to 4%.
Yeah.
And it tells you that some 10,000 a whole. That's me. Mama says can read that for 4 years, 5 years. Now say maybe a mama can that 10,000 4 years. Now they are not 10,000 ton. It means to be maybe I say 10,200. That means you are losing money all the time. Now if you don't have financial knowledge, but if you have the financial knowledge, now people who be quite that 10,000 at least many of your crown a bit average 4% now year no says it can aid the value no. At least you bet me sign you no bet me talk to, but you don't know those things now. Better than what you sign man. And financial knowledge here, here, also be any be no excuse anymore. No excuse. I'm out for class. So many way. You try to say a class for financial knowledge. It will treat as say you go so you know, I was say yes, I didn't. So bet me a quack far. Here so be so near my degree. What's on the who share no. These days, we bet me at auto be at $29.99. We'll go through side simple when you're signing money now. Next one, tracking every city or dollar. Know exactly what you earn and when it goes. Use a simple notebook, spreadsheet, or phone app. Awareness is step 1 to control. See, I like this. It's so amazing. Say sometimes it will be because you talking and all that. It's like, oh, send out Mickey a year. I say, oh, you cry minimum. Me Mickey every 2 weeks beyond the paycheck a year 3,000. So okay, 3,000. That means we make it 6,000, right?
6,000 a month, yeah.
6,000. 6 times 12, you say 72. Make it okay. Next we make it 72,000. We cry a paycheck. How would you know? That means taxes near the ifima. That means you close maybe I'll cover 90 cry. I say hell no, menji 90 because can is no, menji 90. There's no way. The funny one here, almost hit 100. So 6 figures into no. Okay, every week we have a paycheck 2 weeks per week. No, me your friend say 4,000 a week 2 weeks. 8,000. 8,000. 8 times 12 is 96, right?
96, yeah.
Interest near the account. That means who hit be 120. We saw how no be cook to quite say no on J. I say you could have 6 figures. Most people don't know how much they make. You'll be surprised. So as a combine, but when you say be a 2 weeks, be I would just say about combine. But you see, it's good because nipa be brace pennies car. Now you say make 100. Say, hey, shall we move no make a who are told about check his car will make a year now. Who say no make 6 figures in and so Debbie, Andre. It's very important. So be tracking. You see, you cannot manage what you don't track.
Yes.
So won't tracking. I won't manage it. And I say, say if you don't track and manage it well, a control. But yen was in your control is but because we do not track, we make it. And I will be won't make it mostly we need the echo out. They spend anyhow. They don't put any pen on the only fappy pan to hold. You see, which is in control. But if you want to control awareness, and I can say awareness is step 1 to control. Yeah. So won't mean control your friends won't mean only awareness or won't mean control. You cannot control. You see, there are so many methods these days I bet me use. Which and Quebec a very library more because I'm saying part of it. Say budgeting. There are so many things I'll bet me wow. And yes, say a 1 pill 1 day pen I'm checking maybe when they who's got no, it should be consistent. I will say your lifestyle. I will say count. It is a spreadsheet being away all the time, making sure so we are consistent. Hey, and now remember, money situ, customizing the money situ. And you be always say, said, yeah, sometimes I'm off see come home. It make sure now, signing now, so before so between also breaking it down. Would at least with your conform kakra, say na me say na me because another thing I need cry, especially to say groceries. Ubi say Edia send away groceries a manta. Now dear me say anytime any pan be 1,000. Be try be find out na be 3,000. Or point juma no farm market kakra. Or point juma no farm market and sana Saturday and kasa pass was akwa grocery. It will quite 50 no. As a office 50 day and share near EBR. It 50 250 a week and son wakwa grocery sampa the week no. So it will say all of a sudden basically so me at least 1,000 penny on the weekend you know for the other ones income because you are not tracking, because you are not managing. Esa intimate enye because what started all track here the essentials, which like I said, we will be going deep into those things now. They be a kind of 4 walls. You need that 4 walls. I beat me. And I tell you, now checking also no at least one team checking the daily crana a week here, month here, and my name go more than month. Make sure say check it all the time. Say your savings or your investment too. Money near tree. Dear koso, dear nekoso. Crack na was a few, now be your habit into your habitat all the time. And that will seem to say, we even say, let me save. Oh, we say, let me spend it. We say, let me make it. A car be dear cranny. Now, be your lifestyle. Now, a part of you. And he said, wouldn't say what they can see. Now, who can do it here? Well, cry, be fast. I'll be pay year free. Will be year free. Budgeting this animal now. You may go details into as we going. To manage routine, manage visual. They be that when they be a woman, will be a crane and they fear computer and what they are boho. Say an echo, they be an award dream or trim when you say you see spending, when you send a trend in see call, Not men money negativity. Ebia, me no case 1 year, I don't know. Would say and Kenya, Wakuku now, starting small.
Yes.
Let's stay consistent. Starting small, now when you be a big crowd will save, I feel what who make it your friends 4,000 a month, we see me could save 2,000 a month, we squeeze you. Why 1 month to go 1 hour say just at $100 cry. Now fee who pushing out the big count a movie, was a name movie, cry was a drew because the idea about quite high piles I don't know. Usually no, I say a stretchy you stretchy my neighbor also. It yes Anna my own year but so starting cry now fee who pushing on 100. 120. Most are all of a sudden no. Na fi abeye part of it, na fi abeye habit na echo.
Yep. Number 4. Yemubri adream ba di ebiso. Na so obesha team ya no ju paycheck and I also pay slipper. Say ansana o net income ne beba no. Abaye di kan titi ne tax in every federal level, state level, or matini in every why they are paying themselves first because when me say sikano ujama ni nyina be doing nsemo na afi no ba beji ne tax na ahwe a aban so be ye the first thing paycheck ni ye ya no employer probably make sure say we tia tax na ma aban federal level, state level, and sakrana net income number better bank account. So the same thing and that system is automated. So the same thing once so you ni now unya ketuano. Making sure so I build this system here, the system will be able to pay you first. Now say, if I say be 2 or 3 bank accounts, maybe about or investing account back your savings back your this back your spending a whole lot of things. But teach you here say usika ba percentage saying and about percentage saying and maybe add your utility bills, percentage saying I would miscellaneous items. Your life really matters. So you want to really pay yourself first before you spend anything. And it is be a 3,000 unya what they are towards a 3,000 imu 70% dear say no yesika would you amount. Now the amount and no be now they baby with investment. and be now the better. So within the 70%, you can still break it down. I be our nearby. So one yen is when in brown also no, not sikanasa. And this is something that you have to automate. So bit me, yeah, what quantum be brave, you know, even yeah, quantum Ghana, any African, and then Biaba or baby, you're able to automate these kind of things. To Ghana now, I say, Muma, 1,000 cities a month, or 6,000 cities a MG dear, a 30% dear, and a 300 cities dear, me po, a damn account, and Nubina maybe the IMA, the best sort me home, main cancer, the best sort me home, because if you don't have an allowance, senior di can say, yeah, you're chewing, and you know, Sikana, uye jumana unyano, unsu dibi, Fabio, Fabi, eto adie ema invest some into financial, invest some for personal development. But oye juma nani no, if you are using it to pay bills, you are using it to pay things that do not even benefit you immediately. And no, nice. Your health even becomes at stake. And until pay yourself first. Sikane ba chichi muse we koha. You can automate these things. It's so easy. 30% na personal savings you are paying yourself first. Out of that 30%, and bina odebeye or investment because you know that whether you like it or not, or renter ubitia, or utility bills are ubitia, and those things they take a chunk of your money. Make sure that you are paying yourself first, even before you take care of all those bills and all those kind of you don't need the alphabet employee bitia. Oh, on school fees, but make sure you are paying yourself first, because out of that, and numuna seed na investment, and no be now the businesses are funded. So if you don't do that, by the time you realize now why and then what this can also if you crowd for taxes here example. And sana scanning hate your account federal state where they can't in because when you say but count so it's the same thing. Make sure you're paying yourself first and use it for things that will make you grow.
You see, the mentality of the poor, pay everyone else, you last. The mentality of the rich, you pay yourself first. Said you now can say, Uncle Sam, when you say, hey, one thing they be doing, say, what? Hey, what about power? It will not make sure so what in the day. You see, there are some people, they go Monday through Friday. Be also be. That's the kind of now on the train for part of it is yours. Part of that money, say every Monday, first 4 hours, media.
Yes.
And found this in the city. The same you see kind, I say, a biaba, a day I'll be to me for quite so I'll be to me automated. Very simple. Send your musi jo dieno. Also for sa quite and also tell the crasana, sick about the council. And son was that is a wood tree asani, and was in a many day, a banner and somia, and that means also a copy ye come. Because I was with me. I don't know where you are now movie. Which you be a wingy. Oh, next week, wingy, next week. We would be a where's our ultimate safe with that. Automate, right? It's not the good thing the crown said, when you shake crowns, especially if friends, Wahani, between their fat through your 401ks, your Roth, those things, making sure you take his answer. First, it take and sign a drew home. Then you know, cry, and no crowd that one say, still no, a banner allowance, rules be one idea to say them kind. Those Nyaman restriction, make it like an alignment. So, what element it to you? It if your system, you are 75, 15, 10. That means say it's 75, dear. Apart from be a metria me 401k metria me scan as become insano, you 15% I save for investment. Any investment be a baby no between the aye, you 10% I save and so maybe two near maybe or 70 media. To best I was not how. And said ye can. So won't me cry at least we start to freak a crack. Would be big a cry too. I like that say sometimes no, yeah, men starting like I say, just $20 credit me starting man. But so save she crowd yeah, at least also to me save baby. Hey, we say when I china me save, a church me save, next time me save, we want 10 years. Now share compounding interest the way you see Juma. Now say even 1 year crab between difference will be would share 500 a month Eddie invest it. Now be 5 years crab tuma. Now start to say would share be 1,000 crown. One who nipa no start it share 500. When you say share would share 1,000 start to time be about 20 years. No baby. Even just that small difference neighbor no. It so we save kakra. Now the baby kakra is always good. Next one, say building an emergency fund.
Yep.
Aim for a small safety net first, even 100 cedis or $100 starts. Now we'll grow in 3 months or for basic. You see, and yes, it can be an ED. You go for one more. My dream say, "Sika the day also the co-invest." No, there's some money. I protect you. Especially if you are earning income. We are earning income. I understand. Send kind of platform is you try say you be encourage to be business. We earning income now be big account. But if you are earning income, no doubt you need emergency fund. Period. We need emergency fund. Because anytime anything happens, now we need emergency fund and a do pocket.
Yeah.
And a do pocket. And you need emergency fund. We'll say how much. My recommendation, at least you need 3 to 6 months. 3 to 6 months of your living expenses. When we talk of your living expenses, that means send I'm spending a month. In my household, so I'm spending 8,000 a month. That means I need between 3 to 6 months of 8,000. All right, it varies on that side, depending on any city. Ebia, my name is any incomes. See, any income, the possibility say, even bit me lose a juma at the same time, yana very tough, right? It doesn't usually happen. It can, but it can happen. And a size can maybe a tough for job loss or emergency BBB, right? It is a Lucy a juma crana. Maybe lose my juma. Not say my wife will lose a juma, my wife will lose a juma. That means me lose my juma. That means say we still have maybe part of the money spending a month. Yeah. In that situation, we can go 3 months. It's your 3 months of 8,000 at the while. That is fine. We bet you up to 6 months now. Especially money they are no more safety. John CBI in 6 months now for 6 months. But especially now more irregular. Your friends say pay any 6 months here. One away more juma be any one idea because I know sometimes the juma they be a crime back. And that's even back a crowd pay a year or irregular a year. That is how it is. Let's me up. Now, this is how we are starting. You want to. I mean, because me corner, you go the other way. One, we make sure say we will stop BBR. We're saving the 3 to 6 months. As an be our starting for investment. Maybe our was invested. We need to say this can be an ED because some money for protection. It protects you against that your investment. Hey, it's a protection. Why? Because me say me investing in the stock market, and I say me investing in something. And I say me lose me juma, me earning can me lose me juma. What happens? That money now me invest in. Me go back no kwa says can no baby issue. Which it doesn't make sense because some of our investment be up to a certain area or CD maybe 2 years. Well, 2 years now, so now could be a penalty. It in that situation, one on your own favor, you didn't help you. So make sure so you have money at home at the can. Please, and yes, it can be and was a co-investment. This is can be on test say was can be done already also could be investing. No, that is not how it is. You have to make sure say you have something at the back. So you need that emergency fund. And I say we also at the way and say to portion be to home. Every month be the 500 cedis better be 30,000 or to see me 500 now and not the whole. right? And economy to say it was some investment be a bit me it's a savings account, just that it gives you a little bit interest than savings. High yield account, those are investment a bit more than regular savings. And this, as I'm talking right now, at least between about 4%, 3.5. Usually interest rate was low and also was low. Interest rate conform and so on. But this money in particular is not for investment. But said that way, we'll between the share that high yield account. It is a savings because anytime you want to get your money, you can get your money. And yet, bibi at the quack talk, bibi that so na time say, the people will this money. Oh, when you make 2% or some copy 3% talk CD or your talk BBB a few times no because the time limit was named to the penalty. But emergency fund is very key. On so many occasions, especially if you want to have stability, financial stability now, because I will stay away from debt. You know, say debt here, there, so you make sure say emergency fund a very important 3 to 6 months emergency fund.
Yep, absolutely. Yep. Number 6. What going to you movie decide you want to say debt is the fastest wealth killer, and it's true. Debt is the fastest wealth killer. If you won't preach about say, oh, you can use debt to create wealth, but you move be brain no sa nimdi ni and into your student loans, your credit card loans, and these loans are loans with high interest. For example, in America, say the average credit card interest rate is about 24%.
Yeah,
24%. So imagine say sika udi $500 now uti 24%. Just imagine. So if you have the leverage, what you want to do is to pay off all these high interest loans. A bit my student loan, a bit my credit card loans, a bit me cry your car uchi loan. So bit me tribia can ways I can everyone swap a bebo because if you don't prioritize this and you are investing and you are doing all the things that we are talking about, you may not even have a peace of mind. You may never have a peace of mind because that's Oriano Pa. I said, oh, Jane say, a kaya damisi. Se sikano ho na bitimi ate wo kano so a te so and I could bear video meaning say uni media no. At some point, yeah, I was torn between two options, whether to get a car or pay off my student loan debt. We see now me who say car no crown a liability and a car no I just needed to move from what A to Z. I didn't think me was student loan. Now me san kwa car note at me also. So it will be wise for me to rather pay off the student loan and then maybe get something small for my to and fro movement. Not no meet me out to any car that I want. So it's the same thing with us. So a credit card teacher, the average person in America has some about maybe $5,000 loan. And I said debt when it comes to credit card. About student loan, crampo DNA and no cry the West. People have the minimum or the average is usually around like 30,000. Only a student loan, only just about the bare minimum. Maybe more student loan as high as 60,000, 80,000, 100,000. Now, if say I did you honor say so train kakra and sana why now unkoji loan. Me too for say do that with the exception of say you are having a mortgage. I know that is a system. But to say car ubichi, akadia obeshe, school obabeko. If you can wait a little bit, nasa unkoji loan. Consider those options. When it comes to school, say a community college, and I say nasa unkoji loan. I'll recommend that let a kid go to community college. It does not mean that Accra ni nimadi of a baby. I've seen an increasing concern me in the African community, especially the Ghanaian community. Even Asori Mukra Ubia by school, person college, the 4-year college, because the colleagues no be the eco college. But what we saw was a college now. Did you really plan for the kid to go to college? And also be able to eco binchina uma eco college. To both say parents ni bo ha sikasɛm ne nhyɛ da nkɔ yie na afei akora no at a very young age no wakɔ akɔgye student loan ato no ho so parents ne bi kora na gye loan ne ma akora no at the end of 4 years no obewie no ɔno ɔpa ontua na afei wo parent loan ɛwɔ odi mu but they can consider community college. It's the same program that you would do in the college, but you are doing it at a subsidized cost. And I said at a reduced cost. You also have the opportunity to even get the FAFSA. Your scholarship opportunities, baby. We have several millions of unexplored scholarships. But on the I hope by Eco College and Eco College, maybe you could have considered other options. Secondly, about to say car car a liability unless you be out the age you may be a broska. And until you are not in competition with anybody to go in for something that comes with high interest, and then at the end of the day, and first you can be a embabutum. You movie a car a year 50,000. A juma yearly income, you check here, maybe 80,000 and 70,000. You move the vehicle, you go to work, you park for 8 hours, and then you drive back home. Maybe out in obit me for bus, obit me for train. Why don't you consider those options? Obit my right share. You can consider all those options. So if there are any possible means for you to avoid certain debt, the word avoid certain debt, it can be a here. You won't free. We are branch here, we see so ABR, open wedding. It's nice to do it, but so budget and so on. Nobody is forcing you to go get a loan. Of a if it's happening in our communities. Loan 100,000 interest rate maybe at 12%. For the wedding, expecting that wedding amount for bechinisika no when you be and the moment the finances are wrong, trust me, it's most likely that the marriage may not work. It's most likely that the marriage may not work. And into a kabasa a credit card you be call Ghana near Kuchi as you Kuchi you call your person address na Ghana for news uref is a corner oba betia with what? With interest, especially if you are not able to pay it within the billing cycle. No, the same thing here what Ghana and more BM for so and kotoka bima and so yeah. There are a lot of people or person in Bako school, international school, papa. It's good if you have the money. But there are also government schools that are okay. The environment are okay. Mofrano bit me I started everywhere. Indeed, and pro home found koshe a kebima afino. Menana not case because with the or bisia or tak no case say your bisia or bisia near a car. What don't sako share one and way into why day when young. And has so many ways to minimize these kind of debts. And sometimes not even minimize, but you can even avoid it in totality, especially in our Ghanaian community. Forget about competition and emphasis, bro. Forget about so be able to college in teaching. And so forget about say question a big white wedding. So make me simple or culture. Just go do it and then get out of the high interest debt, and especially credit card debt, any student loan debt. If you can, please prioritize paying off these debts.
But see, to say trick be on the aba and go free aba na omo de say and ye hide we de cry de free pay now, buy now, pay later. Trick okay. It is one mato pizza na mato no $20. I was David how cry. Say so dear ya lazy. You be confessing ke be ko pizza wana ja yakoto say wo tra wana wa online na wato. We drew now the credit card ni betua na now the debit card ni betua. Say why? $20 to $5 in there. Next week we to $5. Next week we to $5. 4 months, the friend say 3 weeks pay, and that's what we cry was a month. 4 months, $20. Yeah, my interest beyond so I'm passing interest beyond so. Into offer back. Next one was also oh sa 1, 2, 3, 4, $5. It be cry $2, it be $3, no interest. They move more than how many people know what 10 or $5, $2, $7, $10 are on the kind in nature? $20 I don't know toy will be $60. The trick no. It ampa interest be any so no more baby tea. What do you want to talk to Sani when you are? The Biana actions are quite. Hey, I did queen baku pa, especially people that are in society like us, open so called GBB, so easy say, Bejan. Death. Death is a killer. It kills us all the time. It just say, a big kum. So one she and my own move forward. That why? To say the now can small mistakes be if I debt. We want to look good. We want to look like a rich person. You see, it's so funny. Say, Obi on this guy's now. Ubo Rolls Royce watch. Uda is secret the Ghana for the electronic card. The first na Lexus near the same so you move different one.
Is it a Range Rover?
Yes. Uda range mu. Uda car die kakrake. The only sikasi. And then say usika. The only sikasi no. Unim say unisika. And yet umunyina. And you umunyina. But majority and then you America. The numbers nature say nipa bebree yes hadden enye omasika eye kankwa enti de on tisika sen de enti de wo ye no jade wo ye no because obi isro rather no aden and I'll make it 40,000 not 60,000 car.
You're already in deficit.
Aden and I would 8,000 a month. Now we mortgage 5,000. Ebekum oda wonder unkwa na woni dia woko. Na wo jiguso. Ebekum ekai bibia wo didi agora ebekum. Yes e ka se kun se etwa omene. By gradually no we say wow no edu ko baby edu ko actually to come back now is so tough. It's so tough, especially as our high interest no are those ones. No. You see, car it goes down in value. So car it goes down in value. What to car 20,000 by the next 3-4 years? No, that car is worth about 8,000. So you don't invest in those things. No, to try a wow, in the car with the a beer we use anyway. What they took us to pay. You see, you share a movie car is yet Tom. Can't toss our cars if you treat cash. But because he had took us something and you toss our cars. It is so good say, we basically know how to car. As I told you, son. Yeah, if I said your kind, who was the kind of betting up to nice one, fine. But so what talk, they go a from in a fair value no conform. Now say tier interest room. Open the car say damn. What did they make channel? It in stay within our lane for the home vessel. Not sikana what the toy every month I would pay that money to yourself. Invest that money. After a while, betting up to Saka na. You see, you cannot cut the friend say have your cake and eat it.
Yep.
A process, sa sikasin a process. Untimin skip. What skip what beside in a kind of jump up beside by the a process. We will not lottery plan any plan for Sikana beside by the It was all plan. And should you be here? She will be breed your for year. Oh, we were good we said your kind, we shame for a wedding. I almost cow the wedding. What you say, our arena queas and our arena queas. So we do not have to do that. Never be praying. We live a modest life. We didn't. We was not 1% age many. We be episode money. But what now the can age here? But so yeah, modest way within a period of 10 years. When we use school 25, the friends say, and that's what they 30 cry. Now we try 40 years, 10 years. We started so to 20 year. 10 years time. What's the animal in now? What started to because you have enough buffer and invest it at the to 2 years. Both of you started to 2 years. Student loan, they be America, a month will be Roman America. I sign parent plus loan. Akranu bi anutua opa anutua. Most men na kan obetua you okware wi a. Na yira na de kuru beka je se me de the parents tua mama nti se ska na yentua. Wo tua. Wo de beko wu. Wo na de beko wu. Mu ka che mo nti ase. Was na yenye dan ma ne nko. Ti se de o kan. Obetumi start free community college. We see me try se me bo ankore bi ma omu by apply for student loans ya. Me see obetumi ka che se anka me nyo. Because you have to apply more.
Yes.
Apply more. Edia obinya bi bitia. Ti si omo so no one try almost the only situations in the city. Because look, coming out of school with 6-figure debt and coming out of school with 0 debt. Any panel or any which or just say any panel or you need debt to be or any which what you can crave okay.
Yes.
Yes, it's good to also. But there are so many ways of it. Sometimes someone can't the reason why they could school be crying. Why? Oh, school near me fair. They say me could school. You know, I have so many situations about this. Every crowd why come right now. Bear 5 or 6. I can't know no trio or panutia. When they start home, so when they start a free community, and they say the school that you can afford, community college. Community college used to be one number one scholarship. At least we're cutting 2 years off. It is a over the other one crying about loan in your match. You see, it's averagely, 1 year, a friend saying, at least we're spending 80,000 for a whole program, 4 years. No, and look nice what for a
yeah.
Now the 80,000 now you say me and person back 100 year. It be cry 80,000 a year. It be 80,000 a year. Times what you're saying.
A lot of money.
It will be no 100,000 a month. Your friend said 100,000 a year. Crana. I be taking a one son with 3 son and son with me the nice so. Mama enjoy Sanya mana here. Who swan, man, and con swan. There are so many ways to beat me a try when in a casa, much point what they call. Live below your means. Resist showing off, you know. I'm saying one near can choose small, consistent sacrifice now, so you can build a bigger freedom later. You see, freedom you idea here. So share you say from 0 to freedom. Now freedom is here. You will bring any freedom because of the lifestyle you choose where you live. You don't have any freedom at all. And so yen any cars here nice. Yen any shit Gucci's. Yen any house I can see. And so no any freedom. It will be up to that. Now you be that to like a cracker now and then. Bodobo by weekend now bet them. You know. It wasn't making sense, but near a day out, so say yes, be fear to fear so. But it making sense, be freedom. You chat double, triple crowd be chat. Live below your means. One yes, and your money and to suit a year that. A guy said, guy back 1 year can be say or fray or so over. As I'm not come, I dream home in your may. A damn team to me, tria. That's me too again. I'm a neighbor Becca. I'm saying, Yan did it, did it what? No one I'll be too at home, you baby Fako, a whole other who's in the city. You see, or mortgage or rent, it shouldn't be more than 25% of your take home pay. Yeah. It will make 8,000 a month. And it's a mortgage and also rent more than 2,000. Our cost run, I will say be 2,500 because you have other things to do, you have other things to pay. The moment I pay sape, goes on one start teacher. Or say any day, you have to downsize. You will be one more. If you teaching will say downsize because he ain't been here. Obi na kai was say Ghana for the ye dan name fanku. Na moment na pay friend na ye hu bi because he be ye di betua. What a cool. Esa would need self freedom na he can. Self freedom na he can unya. Unya be that until so what downsize. I'm a fool 3,003 oh car loan. Why? 1,003 oh car loon. Why?
For us.
Why? freedom no unya bi. You see, if you live on less than you make, it gives you margin. It was all of a sudden one hour can soon. Moses says he can now start soon. Now margin so my day. Margin am I free? Teach me and high, what me high. It will be your options, right? Now we think be able to invest it. We think to be we. But all of a sudden, not the neighbor. But say, oh yes, I am man. Now, asumji your peace. Peace so bad the neighbor, the joy neighbor. The joy no, the whole necessity when you have freedom. The movie bridge said they can need have freedom. And so yen ye take cars papa. Yen ye watches papa. Yen you go bag papa. Yen ye die papa. And so you need freedom. That is not freedom. Ubiti me ayesa. Constate downsize any money na. When I make a such here, downsize. And fad you be home beka. You be can lipan de can monka. You see, the real freedom is when fad you be beka found. That's the freedom. Is the Biameka? Is the time you free pie? If you started drinking, say, me fad you be beka them, the obedient family. No problem. Any my problem. Me to control the ordering family. Me to control the me dream family. It is a old dream family who says say na me tia. Any me problem. But that's the freedom. All of a sudden, most will be changed because now you live your own way. You don't live for people. But anyway, we live for people. Live below your means. If you don't, that freedom will be done. And I'm talking from experience. Let's see, Uncle.
Fantastic. Yeah, number 8. Yeah. Sanyema we ade baako a ehia yetua ya ho ka ya emergency fund. I pay myself first. I'm budgeting, I'm tracking every CD and dollar. I'm getting the financial knowledge. One thing that will give you financial freedom when you start investing. Investing here say sikana menye. They say meet me there should be more. I don't have to be physically present there per se, but at the economy to me, I will sikan home ediamame. So you want to put money into options like mutual fund, or ETFs, or where or stocks, or stocks. I don't usually encourage people to buy individual stock. You can just purchase a pool, bit matter index, the S&P 500, and all the 500 reputable companies near the EU, and it's about Kokran SA 499 performing. The same thing with mutual fund, your Vanguard, more, your Fidelity, or more mutual fund. There are so many options. Or Quantum, or Ghana. Yes, people can decide to start with treasury bill. All these things they are making, it should be money that you are willing to lose. Investing, no interested team, consistency is your leverage here when it comes to investment. The estimate said 10 years we na medi musikan Asian into whether come rain or shine and no one medi musikan the Asian. But the best form of investment when you have a business. The best form of investment is when you have a business. The business bit me say oton cheto unmeduane into no crown utimi ye aduane ma amanfo. Sane money you invested into a skill and that has generated a business for you. Ghana business in years obitimi akofa nema or kwaso ababeton obitimi aye full. You can sell the vegetables, you can do all those things nina business na bia, or depending on your geographical location and you have other options, or mutual fund or these exchange traded funds now, or ETFs. You just need to understand. You just need to really understand what you are doing. Anything that when you go back to number 2, you say invest in financial knowledge. Treasury bill is not the best option for you. Mutual fund, ETFs, index is not the best option for them. I need the say so starting business and casa so ton baby and no amount that breathing room so that even when things are not going on well, they be a regular 9 to 5 ninko krana. Oh bibia asimsia obetimi de oho ato so yaka investment yi de of abefi mami akwenye na memfa we emfam ye mu bebre ohwe ye Ghanaian community na metete se bibi because life insurance you are insuring your life so those who are your dependents that is the prime aim of life insurance. There are other forms of life insurance, say index universal life insurance. I be more preachy about say investing component of it. Then no, they just talk about the sweet aspect of it. Insurance is not your investment. Let's state it clear. Insurance is not an investment per se. And into investment, put it in things that we know that are investment. And to and that say, oh, this kind of shit we ma a base. So time no didn't seek a STT business of a baby or if you want to do life insurance, there are term life insurance and all those things there. And no who insure CBA BBC or more down at least home better kakra. But if you are going to treat insurance as a business, one share was so bit me those agents most of the time they care about the commission that they will be getting. But then you know what you may be going through. So start investing. Put it into things that will return some amount of money even when you are asleep. Maybe in the stock market, at least it has been averaging 10%. And into consistently say $100 on Kwana, they be able to S&P 500 more every month be able to 2 months. That one is safer and better than say get quick rich schemes. Yes, we now cool, not the. And let me use this opportunity. There was recently program be na ekoso Ghana for be braid your mukoshi of abefi ebi koji loan e de mukoshi say scooter odi koshi mo
ebe ade ho abasema na
ho abasema for abefi e ho abasema ebi koji loan 40,000. Yes.
And what abasema that be na monte because we di baba for free be bia na because that percentage
if it sounds too good to be true, it means it's not true.
It is.
So, if it sounds too good to be true, stock market, you will all these big companies, you will Google, you will Amazon, you will all these big guys, and average 10% in a year. Catch business be old Kushima, you are getting 110% within 3 months or within 1 month. Who financial knowledge abebu sound say okay then nipa ndi sika na ya nti man nya sign
yo I'm say 30% a day.
Yes, so you ask yourself, they forget that it's more of a pyramid scheme and a branding. Until the more people are getting in, or more they get money fast because of more mudada. Those who are coming late, the pool is full. So those are get quick rich schemes, and those will never. And then is very rampant in African communities. Oko Ghana, men's goodbye, in penny-form, Marco school, Pomunimde. It being say financial knowledge, no, it's not taught in school. And when they find themselves wanting in these kind of schemes, it be more or the forex or the scam more be no tradium and all those things. I'm not gonna lie to you. All those things at the end of the day, ubisu. Your safest way of investment is to start a business. Know how to sell, do something with the money. Don't always look for secured way. Then I made the shimwa enshi. Na me no meaning discussion no. Be ready to go through the process. Be ready to even lose some money along the way. But if you want get quick rich, trust me. One year not ni pebi edu sika and then we are loan 40,000.
Any questions are you?
Why would you want to do that? Because you do not understand the basis. You do not understand what investment is. Into no pesika and tentem. Opesika and tentem na unin to basia. One year obido sika bidana kasenya yam penny for a time. So study, learn, and invest wisely.
I'm sure I do it myself. Cause I mean, cause I mean,
and one about some can see it.
Because this current day, it doesn't make sense. Obviously, when you or calculate here within 3 months, obedience second review, yeah, they are carrying first. So I'm so okay, but would you shame me who address says can we be losing in the year? Wow. Start investing. Wow. Yeah, said you can maybe the scheme side and I make kind of more a process. Man, how men rush it. When you be any competition, when our bob, I need you be in a way. And today, yes, we are banana, we can share the way crypto, not the end. This animal, the be a cryptocurrency. And I say it's not going anywhere. It's going to stay with us. But in that, I didn't know, but I'm seeking in our question. We are credit and your back. But men found in our question because it's still speculative. It can speculative, but that means say, and they are no can say 200. That's can be to 1 million. The next day, between us, 100 no crowd, and you don't want in a situation whereby our investments are not here.
Yes,
you know, you need side investments in this year. You know, to say now, can auto, maybe to say a single stock credit me, but auto, maybe to say mutual funds index and those things now, and on a group of tobacco per crack from crana. A highly so bit me lose now 1 day pesa by crypto bit me 1 day bit me. Now, so you're careful on those things. You will try to build it financial stability near that. Sanima, if you work and you will can we now feel piece of person be a portion, be 5% of your friends saying Usika Kushima, that's fine. But those things in the anyway. Diversify income streams, one stable outside hustle or passive income, freelancing, online service, small trading or rental income. It's almost similar to diversify is very key. It's very key. The first stock market said in here Kenya. We said it's a single stock, what to an individual stock, a one pay. But me 10,000 in our ship. That company no conforma, menen echo. But Semetor S&P 500, which is the biggest, and I say 500 largest company, Wahana. Ni na beko for one pen. Yeah, na tough. No cry no. Say I'm taught the mutual fund. I'm to index na index and it's mimic, and I say mirror that particular thing. And no say beko for just the whole economy of US performance, and which a call by we can vanish. So these are some of the things that bit me diversify. And then so process it na name cost ni idea rest it bit me to be. About my income no so and say any income small. Juma na eba ko a BBC a these days and they say omo je one kra no mo chiro na so ma omo ye two ni ade kra no we see Iris and e kan na make no we see ehwe omo a omo di wo sika mu na omo 7 income
streams
coming in 7 coming in now the audio time say ba ko pe na eba in you see set time untimi kwa ye adwuma nko different 7 until be will say passive it be more money it be more low money it be crying out some months will be even and there are so many ways to skill kakra or freelancing or your friends other side but there's so many things are between bibi kakra bia on sa obetimi aye unmaduane ton uni bibi ye kakra ye sa it's passive incomes and say most of them you ebu aye right away na the people also build on a check especially CBA will build the BB class be online this animal na a static gradual be na fair base and passive number rental near the movie brown cry fee be any hot and quantity na two no the be na me dey roommate na is making now but you be rent it sometimes nyani na pay na be the sa we rent it near to 2 year fi na be a wage small tradings need those things. They bet me up once. Diversify a very key. One diversifier, say Bible cracker or 7 inches, right?
Yeah.
You free any training about na day or say or spread those things. No, now say I very simple and I very easy. There was so many ways I bit my because of these different platforms that you can use so many things. But as you're doing this, and as much as you can, try say most of them bit me passive. And you're right away be in the beginning. But because the passive ones are very key, ultimately near Juma be 3, 4, 5 star all the time. At least you keep one, not the other ones not turning into passive. I will say, baby, no, you don't have to. Passive means say you don't do much, but you are making money. If you're crying, you don't do anything. Let me make an example about dividend. A friend saying dividend stocks and abibisana. You just get money just because you own in the stock, not lifting anything and not doing anything, just buying what for 500. 500 means maybe I will make it there 5 cents. Yeah. These are some of the things that bet me up was try to build the water. We mun bet me up I'm out from zero. A bit me just have freedom.
Absolutely. And then the next one, Udikaka has also think long term. Opesika semu fanhudia and Sani Mani Bibrina of a honestly, I'm not gonna lie. Knowing these things, make my say do 3 years old. But I was hungry to know. And the sad thing is that I love my parents a lot. But Sani Mani came. Menya se bibi or ofo and I say bia or febi or demetinase. It's good to go to school, but Sanema when you say one customer in Yatwasi and Shia, the chances are high that if you are always in debt, oh my one sure most of you always be in debt because you di actually you di any minute here. So think long term, plan for your retirement, think about your children's future, or manu AED. Think about community impact. Nipebia, you have about 4 stages in your life from 0 to 25. That is your silver jubilee. That is where you want to learn. You are learning, you are taking all the risk, you are, doing all those kind of things that will make you get knowledge. From 25 to 50 is your earning stage. Now investment, all those kind of things. From 50 to 70, you are becoming a role model. You are teaching young ones. You are passing the knowledge to them so that when you are no more, they will be able to continue on from there. And then from 70 to the time I will be on a honor, and you are sitting back and then you are watching them do what you taught them to do. And then before, especially in Ghana, we should think long term. Any savings plan be for them, but Crampat, I finish ko ewie no ontimi mfra enkra no entena ase enka say unye sika yenye bi. Usually whenever we meet in these programs, African community programs, they share a party, doing all those kind of things. But when was the last time that we will organize an event? Not event national. Sisi company ebi to your pabefi ye sika amobi aba be church. And I will always thank my dad for this. Almost one Sunday man, Sunday man. But one day, one will be by a fee, and he introduced me to mutual funds. The honor and my dream bar was okay. Oh, you'll be busy or nothing, mission there. Until mission there, and I'm the bishop money, Mr. Benda. No, because the father decided, say, okay, maybe I'm in signing me, Obinima. It doesn't hurt that somebody should teach my son. It doesn't. Say, Minimbi, be no binim, that's a bad boy, bar. Na se skampo na metua na wa yeden na wa hwe obu ebebi o se ya wo to esi so a unche tintin ye na o se o bin se se bia ya wo ne to ayi ma na se skampo na obi nye sa na tie the part se ya wo ne to fie sika wo na se ye kire ne sa niema na, and when they pass on that knowledge to the kid, automatically Sakrano, Obinia baby, the internet ska for maintain the musu ska. Why? Because ya wanna to nimdibim. It's not about the money that they have. The father, the mother, the parents taught long term. And untino onya kwenye biya or trakrano. Onya kwenye biya or trakrano. It's not all about planning your retirement per se, imparting the knowledge. Minisi mubibriwa religious pa in one of the favorite Bible verses. Proverbs 22 verses, a very common Bible verse. As he train up the child the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. How do you train a child? Untimi sharp is a chinchina only see, but all parents nya o planning now the financial knowledge now senka program ye oti wa friend kwan o kwasi ama akosia o metena se yen ko tie ne of abef mu chirichiri. If you are no more, they will go and watch the program even if you are not there. If you teach them that, oh, say now yeah, beboa, so that should be uni work cramp and so move through, they will still do it because you made them go through these kind of processes, you know. And I believe say idea say yeah my dream so we for parents no especially parents no, and then the to be or soon to be parents no number 10 more
yeah, very about the way I ain't kasem cry, you know, kasem I say taboo, who kind of too much, and I say evil, you know, those things, no. But yes, I need to said Benana can be now more, you know, then coronation, you want to see so on church tintin, almost shed the coso, the more can come out moody, the sunny money now, no better sacro, almost a cry be almost shared the pa. It's incredible so most added on a fear twice on neko. And I cried the air and say, almost a sign many views, your crana. Be a parents now, more crowd, more business, almost goes to school, we are compared maybe, my business. My business do. Yeah, long term. I will see a dream long term. We promise you about the last one. One, yeah, very key. Sum up everything, which is the mindset shift. Believe financial freedom is possible regardless of your location. Yes, regardless of your location. Believe it. You know, financial freedom isn't reserved for people who are more big city. And I say wealthy countries, you know, it starts from a mindset. So we believe that it doesn't matter the location. And I say it doesn't matter your background or income level. You know, and I say in defining it doesn't define your financial destiny. Those things doesn't define your financial destiny. The location, the income, those things in there. But me rewrite everything. You say, Bilgate, you know, can say, Bilgate can be, you say, where you were born, dear, it doesn't matter because you can't choose where you're born. Absolutely. But you can choose where you will be buried. That means that baby ever would dear ultimate choose, but baby be sealed the ultimate choose. That means see a wood to Yemukrana, ultimate choose to say, honey and seal. That means you bet me up on homework, be able to me up on homework, the etching drew on. See, your mindset is your foundation. So believe say financial freedom is out of reach. Sa ne beba ma. Sa pepe. Because the moment I believe you won't even take that step. You won't take it that step, no. It also shifted from scarcity to possibility. I also shifted. Let me see, I type into this, I receive it. You can't say. But I will say, yeah, you may be aware, you have to shift from that thing. It's say baby crying and make quiet. Instead of somebody say, be now person I can I afford it? No. Say, how can I afford this?
Yes.
Open-ended question. But in now, so now a financial literacy where you are. You don't need say. Because you say if you want to say a bus here was say we a professor. And to say the one professor, Ibisa. And I say when it comes to stock market, I was the BR what Wall Street books clarity, consistency, you know, and you have to be curious a little bit. And then the man almost said the piano who siam kakra. Mesa ke bim, we excuse because this time to say we are a bia near. It is a media men tibrofo and a media my uncle school uni excuse ibin ye we nya brofo ne use e krum kasa ya ne use. There was also a dream like the wealthy also himself sir. Because when you say wealthy people, they just don't earn. they leverage opportunities. Baby a amanfo limitations. It's I say, oh, yeah, they will meet me near me. Who say, Bibiano, would you dream problem be? Also, dream say, quite no I solve that problem. It's that mindset is very key. And there, can you know? So, there still was scarcity mentality. Now, who possibilities are yet. It also redefine send your freedom city. Freedom crying at the end. Said the American, because when you say freedom, and yet just the millions, about options, peace of mind, and I still between your control, and only freedom. Will be busy making million a freedom. There will be millions so no cry papa.
Yeah.
It maybe will be able to transform more story. Even if we struggle so hard financially, because a baby book, because a baby, we be rewriting the narratives. Especially, the BSC, we move the scaffold, as a DBI, we move the scaffold. You can rewrite that narrative right now. So, now finances and to 2 years. Now, especially, ye communities, see Casem to 2 years, the piano, which be any because we be credit card and also be credit be their support. And the piano or finances, no, I say a choke for my choke for consa, it's a name the 2,000 channel month piano with the car extra, with the 4,000 the fee spending 6,000. We be rewrite this narrative. First, so we change your mindset.
Right.
Now take it out, change our mindset in ya. Also take action. You see, mindset is the spark and the sparky at them. By the action is the fuel. I also take action, especially a book for Kakran. Or better on your plans, this paralysis, or yeah, money the piano, or true business plan, or true. Last night, BTA, but I could be acquired or say, what true business plan? So 5 years to will be able to say 1 million.
Yeah, sure.
It doesn't limit your potential. Your mindset does. Believe that it's possible. Then take small steps. Small step. Your world is expanding gradually. Now ready, be ready. Be ready to build your financial freedom. Now your own blueprint. Yes, and I also start this way. Mindset is the key.
Mindset is everything.
It's everything. Because you go weak found.
Yeah, but I mean, you say what's summing it up nicely. Mindset is everything. Now, what can be clarity? Most people are looking at motivation. Most people are looking at inspiration. But signing money, no, maybe the focus on clarity. You need a clear mind. And for you to get a clear mind, it means that you need to have the right knowledge. Nipa biya niwa owo adibi hunim biya osuro. Se onim se atwerenche mi beto ne krampa onim se nimdie no wo ninti no obetimi ayede adi no ho afrim. Nti financial freedom is a journey, and every journey has a map, and the map you should be able to know how to read the bearings and then also all the various landmarks on the map. And this is only nimdie na untimi enkosa akwantu no. And I said everything starts from the mind. If you believe you have financial freedom, you will get financial freedom. If you do not believe that you will get financially free, you will never be financially free. Position yourself to attract. Okay, leverage. Yeah, you position yourself to attract instead of chasing. Trust me, you will not chase for the paper. The paper will come to you because you know how to attract it.
Yep. So to be able to go from zero, free zero, they are called freedom. No, in here margin. And how do we get margin? Living on less than you make. Maybe I can say it doesn't matter. So we make $1,000 a month. See if you can live within that $1,000. No, we make it $10,000 a month. No, $11,000. Now we make $100. By the end of 10 months, no, you make it 10,000 now, or said 11,000, or no, or red, and that's what they cut. Your friend said 10,000, oh, $1,000. We are richer than that person. So living on less than you make is very key. Assess it and see. So that margin, say the maker, margin out the amount of options. Now what's our option now? That is the 0 to freedom now. We need freedom so ahead. But be out here. And we say peace is coming. No peace, our joy. And then the big jam. We can be one, I say.
Yeah, for every day, no see. Yeah, and the crowd video idea say me am economy sound ko TV. Yeah.
Yeah. So look for the freedom. Look for the freedom. You see, you move on my dream now. You say, you chase salary, and you say you chase higher salary. When does it stop? You see, when does it stop? You could so be make it, but most people who chase our salary in crown, almost find your shoe because so making more, sir. But we making more now managing a bit. Make sure you spend wisely, you save intentionally, and be generous. All right, see you guys next week. All right, and that's it. ABC Paradigm Shift on Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Bye-bye.